We did discuss the feeding options, obviously, before the twins arrived. Lorna was very keen on breastfeeding.
I chose to breastfeed the twins after feeding my other two children myself for as long as we possibly could at the time. I did encounter some problems then with sort of sore nipples and mastitis and whatnot, but we did the best we could. And one of the biggest questions was, would I be able to feed the twins myself?
She really wanted to have a go. I obviously pointed out the obvious fact that there was going to be two of them this time, and the pressure for her was going to be a lot greater. But she really was quite keen, bearing in mind the health benefits of breastfeeding for both the children, or the babies, and for herself.
Well, we had a bit of a rough night last night. The feeding schedule kind of went to pot a little bit. I had been trying to feed both girls together, just really more from the point of the time restraints, and plus, you know, putting them down and getting them settled together so that Lee and I could have, you know, a decent sleep. However, Eva woke up first and needed feeding, so I fed her, and then of course I couldn't get Freya awakened, and it all sort of went from there. So I felt as if I was feeding constantly from about 1 o'clock till sort of 5, 6 o'clock this morning. So hopefully tonight will be a bit better. Well, the twins have been a bit more settled the last couple of nights. I think maybe because we've been continuing with giving them a little top up at bedtime, which I have been using express breast milk. Still got a bit of a sore nipple, so I've kind of swapped the girls over. One was latching on better, so hopefully I'll get through that. But yeah, it's all good fun.
Really, you do feel at times quite helpless, and you really want to help out the best you can, especially in the nighttime feeds at 3 o'clock in the morning when they're both crying and they both want to get on and they're having difficulty latching. It's just patience. It's incredible. I'm not the most patient person, but you've just got to be as patient as possible, because your stress reflects onto your partner, and then obviously affects the baby. So just from a husband's point of view, partner's point of view, try and keep as calm as possible and realise that, you know, you are helping the best you can.
We had our vet health visitor around today, and she was weighing the girls, and they've both put on weight, so that's really good news. I was mentioning to the health visitor the problems I've been having with attaching the girls, and I'm sort of struggling feeding them together at the minute, and I think that they feed better when they're fed separately. So she mentioned there was a breastfeeding support lady who works in our area, and that she could get in touch with her and get her to come out. So fortunately she was in Biggar today, and she came round to see us, and Karen was great. She sat and she watched while I fed Eva, and made sure she was latching on well, which she actually did do today, but she gave me some good tips and things. So it's a really good service to have, and I've got a number that I can call whenever I need a wee bit of advice. Well, the last couple of days have been a bit up and down. Freya has been feeding fine and she's latching on great, but Eva is still fussing on and off, not really getting a good attachment to me at all, and making me quite sore. So I've just sort of done what the breastfeeding support lady suggested, and just, if she doesn't latch on within the first 2 or 3 or 4 times, then just to take her off, and I've been giving her an expressed breast milk. So I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm going to try to get her to latch back on again over the next day or two when I sort of heal up a bit, so fingers crossed, see how it goes.
Well, Lorna and Lee, it's nice to see you were still smiling through that video diary for us. Hard work, though, I have to say, I take my hat off to you. Having breastfed my own 2 children, it was possibly the most emotional journey. I'm sure you'll agree with me.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, you just think it's meant to be the most natural thing in the world, to just be able to breastfeed your child.
That's right. No, you do, and every baby's different, and we find that every experience is different.
But there's obviously the benefits. Everyone says breast is best. and the benefits of breastfeeding are untold. So let's talk a bit about the benefits of mother's milk.
Well, breastfeeding is best for both mum and baby. For babies, it helps reduce ear infections, stomach infections, urine infections. They have less allergies, less chance of having eczema, less chance of being asthmatic. There's loads and loads of benefits. For mum, they help prevent 2 types of cancer, which is breast and ovarian, which is
very important.
Very important on increase as well. So.
And the one that always gets me, I love the fact, is to lose weight.
Definitely.
Because, you know, new mums, you're always, you're knackered, you're emotionally drained, you're feeling fat and flabby, and, you know, if there's anything that's going to spur you on to, you know, to lose a few pounds, get you back in your jeans, it's, you know, breastfeeding, which helps tighten everything up.
Suckling from the baby makes the uterus contract, helps lose weight as well.
And also, it is very convenient because one of the, I mean, I breastfed my 2 children, one for about 9 weeks and the other one for about 4 or 5 months. But what made me do it for longer the second time was the fact that I had to wash these bottles all the time, and that's what really, really got my goat, because it's convenient to just whip out your boob and just, isn't it? Really, that's another benefit.
Yep, definitely.
You know, convenience.
It's the correct temperature in as well, everything like that.
And it's cost effective as well, isn't it?
It's free.
Yes, it is free. And Lee, you were a great help, propping up the cushion at the back, getting the glasses of water.
You just have to do what you have to do. You lend your hand to any part, you just do what you're told most of the time. But
that's a good thing, do what you're told.
Do what you're told and get on with it. But it's, you know, there's so much you can do, apart from literally put them on your breast and feed them yourself. You can do everything else, so you know, nappy changing and anything really.
It's good to have a support network.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt that the last few weeks have been a bit of a challenge when it comes to the breastfeeding, and you've had problems, but you've overcome them.
Yeah, we have. I mean, one of the challenges was mastitis, which was, you know, it was quite hard going.
The nasty M word.
Yeah, I know. And we just continued to feed. You're told to continue to feed from that breast, and it will clear, and it did, luckily. So.
There's a shot of Lorna in there holding the 2 of them. I'm thinking, goodness me. Actually, you deserve a medal. You do. Well, look, we'll be talking to you guys later on, and we're going to find out how they got on with the second part of their video.